Hey boys and girls, so this week is week 18 in our reading program, and our story is Where Does Food Come From? So when you were reading in our story and watching that online this week, you're going to be learning about things like what is made from cocoa beans, where do apples come from, where do potatoes grow, where does wheat come from and flour come from, maybe where popcorn and rice come from, and maybe things like eggs and milk and things. So sometimes we, as first graders, think all those things come from a store. But they actually have to be somewhere else before they get put on our store shelves. So in your story this week, you're going to learn all about where food comes from. So don't forget, when you're listening to that story online, have your papers with you, and you can follow along the words as the person online reads that to you. And don't forget that on the back are your words for the week that we always work on every 9 weeks. All right. So for our warm-up today, we're going to change the vowel sounds in some words. So our first word is mat. Change a to e in mat, and what do you have? Meat. Change e in meat to a. What do you have? Mutt. Change a in mutt to I. Your new word? Met. Change I in mit to I. Your new word? Might. Change I in might to a, and your new word is mat. All right, so this week we're going to be focusing on digraphs AI and AY. Now that will be 2 vowels together side by side in a word, and we call those digraphs. And we don't hear both sounds because digraphs make a new sound. They make one sound. Blends, on the other hand, make each letter makes a sound. We're not doing blends, so we're doing digraphs, and let's look at those kinds of words real quick. All right, so if we'll look right here, it says words with AI, AY. So the last few weeks we've read down instead of across, and that's okay. So if you'll look right here, this whole list down all has AI. And in all those words, we hear the long A sound. Okay? So like this. B-A-T. What's my word? Bait. So let's look at this one. This will say A. Made. And pain. What's that word? Pain. And ch-ain. Okay, so we heard A in all those words. Bait, made, pain, chain. And now we're going to hear the same long A sound in all of these words on this list. Okay, so day, echo after me. Hay, stay, sway. All right. Now over here we're going to review some things we've done before, except in this word down here. So that one goes with the concept this week. So in this word, C makes the S sound. I makes long I. E says nothing. So let's think about that. Spice. What's the word? Spice. In this word, DGE makes J. U is going to make A. Budge. Some kids complain that somebody won't budge. It means they won't move. Here we have a ghost letter digraph. Long I, quiet E. What do you think? Knife. And here we have that AY and then suffix FUL. So, playful. Playful. All right, if you don't have your pencil and eraser, go get it, and let's do some sentence fixing. All right. So it says right here, can you eat a whole apple? Apple's misspelled, whole is misspelled, and eat is misspelled. And then we've got our end mark and our capital letter. So let's see what we can do. I'm going to put it above today. So we have to have capital C in can. U is spelled correctly. We learned last week that E, long E, is spelled with EA at the beginning. Can you eat? A. Whole is spelled with digraph WH. Apple is missing a few letters. Oops. Apple. Now let's look at this real quick. Can you eat a whole apple? What kind of end mark do you think it needs? Probably question mark because, whoops, because it is asking a question, isn't it? Yep. It is asking a question. Just going to try to move it up just a hair. It's not going to cooperate. There we go. Yeah. So make sure you have your question mark here because it's asking you a question. All right. If you need time, take time. If you need a little more, then push pause. So our bottom one should say, I think we can share it. Share is misspelled, and we is misspelled, and think. So let's look about that. So capital I, think is THINK. We has one E. Can is spelled correctly. Share has an E on the end. It. I think we can share it. Is that question or statement? What do you think? Statement needs a period, doesn't it? Yep. It sure does. So I will wait just a minute for you to rewrite that one. If you need to, press pause. All right, down to our words to know. So echo after me. First, food. Round, right. These, your. Under, sometimes. Oh, that's going to be a long one for us, sometimes. All right, so let's see what grammar holds for us today. So today it wants us to talk about the names of months, days, and holidays. All have to start with a capital letter because they're a proper noun. Okay, so this asks us how many months there are in a year. Do you know? There are 12. So let's write the name of a month up here. So if we wrote February, we would have to have a capital letter. Okay. How many days are in a week? I hope you said 7. And let's write a name of a day of the week. Let's do Monday. Has to have a capital letter. Okay. So if we were to name a holiday, usually the first holiday kiddo's name is Christmas. So that would have to be a capital letter starting Christmas because it is a proper noun. Okay, so those are just some examples. Remember, things like this, we're not going to ask you to point to the proper noun or show me a proper noun. We just are starting the conversations about things you need to know, and then they will build on that as the next year comes. All right, so let's look for work today. So we're going to be working on page 31 using AI and AY words. So you look at the two words by the picture. So right here, they both have AY. AY makes A. And you figure out which one goes with the picture, and then you write the word here. Okay? Just one of those two words, and you write it over here. In school people, this would be something they do on their own. This is not a grown-up activity that we help with. Now on the back side, you will need some adults or some grown-up help with. It is page 32, and it will be using your words for the week. So those words that are on the back of your story, these are the words you're going to be working with on the back of this, and it's first day, so you're going to need some help. So what you do here is you read the sentence, and it gives you two choices of how to finish the sentence. For instance, this one says, Fran ate her beets these, or is it Fran ate her beets first? It would be Fran ate her beets first, so you would circle the word first. And then you just keep going down. So you may need some adult help with that. All right? We will see you guys tomorrow.